Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Batman Arkham Origins New Game Plus video walkthrough. Nearly had a brain fart then. We're still in Blackgate and we're making our way to the final encounter of the game. And there's some big fights coming up, guys. There's some big rooms, and one thing I don't get about certain parts of this game, you'll come across people fighting each other. This is a bad example because this one actually makes sense. It's guards versus inmates, and the guards all run away like bitches. But there are moments where there's thugs just fighting each other just for the laugh. And as soon as you turn up, everybody suddenly decides to have some kind of peace treaty and decide to beat you up instead. So these two groups of 20 dudes, 10 on 10, then turns into 20 on you. And it's just that hilarious gaming moment of, yeah, everybody hates you more than they hate everything else. That makes perfect sense, so we'll just go with it now, beat up 40 guys. Hilarious and strange, but video games, man. Whenever it doesn't make sense, video games. But I just read a comment on YouTube in between this video and the previous one. Somebody on my Gears of War 3 insane final boss video, which, bit of trivia for the channel here, is my most successful video I've ever made. It's got about 76,000 views, which doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube's, but it's a very lot to me, which is really bad English. I should have just said it's a lot. A very lot just sounds weird, makes me sound foreign. But it is a lot to me. And he's essentially saying that this is not on insane, you know, this is easy, and that I'm a... what did he call me? A moron. That was it. Called me a moron. Which... it's funny because I can see exactly where he's coming from. The guy can't beat a very tough last boss, and he's blaming everything but himself. You know, it's what people do. He's looking for an excuse for his own failings. And he's accusing my video of being fraudulent, which is one of the claims I take most seriously on YouTube, which is why I blocked him. But difficulty doubters are something that it will always exist. They're something that I've come to understand, and it's funny because I was naive against YouTube, and I was naive against a lot of things on the internet when I started posting videos. And over time, you gradually callous and you become cynical to it because you get exposed to it. And the grand realization is people, be it through jealousy, be it through ignorance, and just be it through, you know, just a lack of understanding, which is probably the best way to put it, will doubt anything they're having trouble with that someone else doesn't have trouble with. And obviously there are varying degrees to this. There's the degree to which some people think everything you see in the guide is how it happened on the day. They don't think there's any editing there. They don't think there's any removal of deaths or mistakes. They don't think any of it is doctored whatsoever. It is 100% media correct, which is stupid. But unfortunately, some people think that way, and it's not their fault. Maybe they've not been exposed to critical thinking or eyesight. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that is not the case, and walkthroughs are extremely deceptive for that. Depending on how honest the walkthrough maker is, depends on what walkthrough you get. I know there are examples on YouTube of difficulties being lied about, but you can generally tell by the gameplay whether or not it's, you know, it's the difficulty they mention that it is. A little note here, guys. There is a lot of idiots in this room. Like shield guys, people trying to throw boxes, that dude with the electric baton, and then the giant fellow who's walking around like Kane in the old WWF. A lot of bad news, but I would recommend using the big fella to build combo, getting it up to 5, and then killing enemies off just to get rid of the crowd. You're not going for high scores, you're not going for experience, you just want to thin the herd, you want to cull some of these idiots. But I'm doing a very bad job of it, so just bear that in mind. But some guides are deceptive, guys, there are, but some really aren't. The main problem stems from the transparency of difficulties. There's no big watermark on the screen that says this is this difficulty. You know, there are certain ways that you can do that. A good example is Kingdom Hearts. If you go into the menus on Kingdom Hearts, it shows you the difficulty that you're on, and because it locks the difficulty, you can't change it. So if you see proud there, it means you're on proud. But for the most on Kingdom Hearts, you don't really need that because you'll see it in the damage that you take. But some games aren't quite that obvious, and Anybody who doubts difficulty on a game like a first-person shooter just because you're not getting shot to shit as much as they were in that particular encounter is somebody who doesn't understand the concept of the random variable of games, the random number generator that is games. You know, there are times when you'll do a sequence in a third-person shooter where you'll be getting lit up like a Christmas tree. There are times you'll do that exact same section and the AI will ignore you like you're the Messiah trying to hand out fish to a local village. You know? It's just random. There's so many random variables. Like a good argument that I make on the Gears of War 3 video, which is an argument I've made a lot, because there's been a lot of people that have doubted the difficulty. So the rhetoric I usually give is, why do I have the achievement for beating it on Insane if this is not me beating it on Insane? And I usually throw that one out because, in essence, it is rhetorical, because the achievement proves that I've done it, and it's one of the best proofs you can get. Especially if you see it pop. On this particular video you don't see it pop because I turn my notifications off. Why do I turn my notifications off? Because there's nothing less professional than seeing names and comments and all sorts of shit popping up on the screen while you're playing. It looks ugly. You know, that's not the level of video quality you want to be aspiring to if you're a video producer or you're thinking about producing videos. You want it to be as professional as you can. And don't get me wrong, mistakes happen. That's how they work. But I turned the notifications off so you don't see the achievement pop. But at the same time, I've got the achievement which proves I've done the difficulty. So let's play devil's advocate. What would they say? Well, you've got the achievement, but that doesn't prove that this is on Insane. This could be on Easy and you might have done it on a different time when you weren't recording. Well, let's analyse that, shall we? If I've done it on Insane, and I'm making a guide for Insane, why would I not record the time I did it? Like Occam's razor here, guys. Would that not be simpler than not recording the success and then recording it on Easy so that I can just pump it up in the video? Who wins here? You know, where is the progression here? Where is the logical step that arrives at this place? Because I don't see it. Like, there are guides I have on my channel completely unfinished because save errors have happened where I've been unable to do things. And instead of re-record those sections on a different difficulty or something along those lines, I've left them empty. Because I'm as honest as I can be with my guides, guys. That's one of the precedents I've always set. You know, I'm an honest person. It's not in my nature to lie. It's not in my nature to lie in anything. And I have absolutely no idea of the society or the clique of people that find any enjoyment from lying about the difficulty that they play games on and putting them up on the internet. Because the mentality that you need to do that is someone that is so insecure, lacking so much confidence in themselves and in their own character, that they need to constantly seek the affirmation of other people to acknowledge their skills. And I have never put up a single video asking people to compliment me on my ability to play games. Not one. Not a single one. I don't need that. That's not what I'm here for. I know my ability when I play games, and I am confident in that ability. I'm not going to say if it's good or bad. What it is mine. It's personal. It's just what I do. The videos are here to help. The videos are intended to entertain if you're not here to help. That is it. It's entertainment, it's advice. You don't have to take it, you don't have to watch it. But if you're going to doubt it, why are you even here?